Hey, what's going on, you guys? When you guys to another DC TV talk. Then we got one for Stargirl, episode 5. The Justice Society. Listen, I think it's no secret how much I've been enjoying this show so far, and I think this episode just continued in that because there's just some things you kind of want a show to do, and every time there's something I think of, the show goes out and does it. And in this case, okay, the episode pretty much starts off with like, hey, Pat finds out what Court's been doing, and he's just like, hey, thought we was in this together, like you betrayed me. I thought you had more respect in me. Like I get that you know what I'm saying, you don't respect me that much, but I thought at least you respect me a little bit more than that, to like go out and steal this stuff and then just hand it to some kids and put their lives in danger. And then we talk like, do you want this to happen to it's like the other kid who got killed? Like you're not thinking right, Court. Like this is serious. And so I like that moment between him and between Pat and Court. And so when we get to the moment where she like starts trying to like retrieve the stuff from him, and one, you have Yolanda who's like, hey, Wildcat like reinvented himself or like shook back from like something, you know what I'm saying, that terrible. So it's like, if he can come back from it, I can too. So that's why I have this. That's why this means a lot. That's why being Wildcat means a lot. Thanks, Court. She's like, oh man, I can't. Well, I don't want to tear that down from her. And then she goes and talks to Beth, who's definitely still not good at this superhero. None of them are good at the superhero stuff right now. Court definitely getting better, but like Beth like calls a Stargirl in the library. Like she's like, yeah, nobody's paying attention to me. Nobody pays attention to me when I'm talking. I'm kind of like, I get you saying that, but like somebody's always watching regardless of what you think. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's paying attention to it. And so that wasn't smart. That just little thing, I was just like, chill. And so she still has the glasses on, or the goggles, whichever one you want to call them. Like she's talking to Chuck, and like since her parents are a lot busier and she really doesn't have like friends and stuff like that, so she's just sitting there talking to herself, which is she technically talking to Chuck. But anybody walk by would just think she's talking to herself, and she's kind of crazy. So she's made friends with the AI Chuck. So it's kind of like, yeah, okay, she needed the glasses, and then when you go with Tyler, it's kind of like, hey, I'm not giving these back. These were my dad's. You really didn't know my dad that well. I should have something, and I'm pretty much like I have to get revenge from my dad. So, and that's when him and Pat having a conversation. So I'm just like, all right, things are getting a little bit more interesting, all right, because like neither one of these kids wants to come off this. And I was, for the most part, I was kind of like, you guys are like really inconsiderate, and you don't realize what you're in right now. Of course, Rick is kind of like, no, this pretty much ruined my life. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But one thing he said that made me really think. He said, hey, Court, if Pat asks for your staff back, would you give it to him willingly? And I was just like, well, you got a point there. Because that's pretty much how he feels about the Iron Man's glasses. Like, Court feels like the staff came from her dad, and Iron Man, our man, keep trying to mess it up. Our man's like, Hourglass, that's his dad. So it's like, no, I'm not giving this back. And like he didn't even really respect back. He's like, what have you been doing? You don't know nothing. We found out more stuff recently than you have since who knows when. Like since you didn't know my parents got killed. Like you didn't know nothing, Pat. So I'm sorry, we don't really respect you. All the while we get introduced to Artemis, which looks different from most of the iteration of Artemis, and I think that the reason being is because you already have one blonde-headed girl, so you didn't want to have Artemis being another. So, but we introduced Artemis. She's on a football team, and she's a star athlete because her parents are sportsmaster and Tigress, and so it's like, of course, she's probably gonna be better than everybody else out there. But the coach punishes her for punching the player. And then she punched the player. Now, granted, he hit. It was a late hit, but he punched him in the face. Right? Granted, but that's like basketball practice. Football practice. It's kind of not something that people really get mad. It's like, they fought. They get over it. It is woo to woo. It is what it is. It's just their teammates and stuff that people get over. So for him to bench her He benched her for a moment. It's not like he just like, hey, she's off the team or anything. But well, Sportsmaster Tigers still didn't take too kindly to that because they killed him. And listen, never been a huge fan of Sportsmaster. I've been more of a fan of the Tigers. I will admit. But yeah, this episode, Sportsmaster looked like a G. I'm gonna get to that in just a second because of a couple of like other character moments I would want to address. The fact that Jordan, aka Icicle, and his son Cameron are like having a pretty bad day because like it's their wife's and his wife and Cameron's mother's birthday. So they go out and when Cameron blows out the cannon, you see like he got the ice power, and I cannot think of his name. He has I can't think of his name. I think he becomes kind of like not anti-hero, a villain / anti-hero at times. It kind of depends. But I can't think of who his son becomes. It just because of course you have like Killer Frost in there too, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure since like the Flash has Killer Frost, they're not gonna go that route. And Flash also had Icicle too, but nonetheless. So they taking it. They're having a pretty rough time, but he goes and tells Sportsmaster and Tigers like y'all gonna be used because the gambler needs the help to like defend against he's a hacker and everything. So this is where things get good. Okay, one more thing. Cause like I said, I like mentioning like the small character moments throughout the episode, and one of those just so happens to be in the moment between Barbara and Mike, which Mike didn't want anybody to come to his science fair. He's like, I don't need it. Like, it's don't want to look cool. But then he starts to see like all the other kids' parents are there, and he starts to feel bad. And just so happens, Barbara still shows up, even though he told them that he didn't want nobody. So I really enjoyed that moment between the two because I really like Mike's character, and I really think Barbara's trying to do like the best she can with like the whole entire situation. She's kind of like thrusted into and like the opportunity she's given, she's trying to like balance her life and being like a mom, and I think she's doing a good job at it. Now we can get into when they suit up and go face the villains, which I've said this multiple times. I'm like, they're not good at the superhero stuff. And so you see that with Iron Man immediately. Oh, let me flip my hourglass up. I'm finna go whoop somebody. I said, okay, this dude here. I said, somebody will have to teach this dude a lesson, right? Because he's so overconfident. He just not following paying attention. He just think, I'm just gonna punch my way through everything. All right, that's okay. Okay, first thing he's finna do is punch through the door, set the alarms off. Thankfully, Dr. Midnight, aka Beth, just hacks it, with the help of Clark. Oh my God, why did I say his name earlier? The help of the AI. I don't know why the hell I can't think of that name right now. But quick thing, the fact that can't somebody else wear the goggles and they do the exact same thing? Can't Stargirl technically be Dr. Midnight Stargirl? Midnight Stargirl. That works. Dr. Dr. Midnight Wildcat, Midnight Iron Man. Midnight Iron Man works because it basically just I need Beth to be more than the costume, and I think hopefully next episode, like I said, usually when I think of something, that's usually what the show goes out and does. So I hope they become more than just a costume, because we quickly saw their powers and their costumes don't mean anything like it's trained villains, except for my girl Courtney, because she is a real one. And so we have that. But another just small moment before the big fight at the end is them seeing the guy dead. And I think the camera just pans to each of them, and it just quickly, the security guard that was dead, quickly realized oh, this is real. This ain't for play. You know what I'm saying? We dressing up in these suits and stuff thinking we're different to be crime fighters. No, people dying out here. Okay, it's real. Okay, people out here dying. You hear me? So then when you have the actual fight, which I thought was great on everybody's part, but mainly for Sportsmaster and Tigers. Because one, I've never taken sports. Sportsmaster is good, but it's I just got all love sports. It's what? Just Stephen A. out here dressed up with a hockey mask on. Like, oh, what's happening? But it's the best sports match that ever looked, regardless. Like, in every iteration I've seen it, I'm just like the way the baseballs, the hockey pucks, like just the fight choreography, the way he dominated Iron Man. Iron Man really didn't stand a chance. Wildcat getting dominated by Tigress. I'm like, I don't care about what kind of suit you got. Tigress is a well-skilled fighter. Everybody who's pure fan of DC Comics knows that. Like, Tigress real deal. And so the fact that like they had to escape, they didn't win the fight, they had to escape. Now, when Stargirl shows up to help Iron Man, now what was Stargirl doing the entire time? I'm not sure. But when she shows up to help Iron Man and her and Sportsmaster have just that one-on-one, I was really good. Super, super entertaining. And then when Tiger shows up and they said 2-on-1, I'm like, you think so? But nah, the cosmic staff is definitely make things a lot more even. So that fight was good. Everything well choreographed. It's just they still was kind of outmatched. Now, another thing that I loved that the episode did when Sportsmaster threw the bomb that was a puck and went onto the cosmic staff and it blew up. I liked that the staff wasn't destroyed and things. So I'm like, okay, there's no way the cosmic staff can be like destroyed by just like a regular bomb or just like you know what I'm saying, something man-made. This cosmic staff. So I liked it. You know, they came right back and then they was ready to fight. Probably was gonna lose because Tigers and Sportsmaster are better than they are, in that team, the current team assembled, the Justice Society team that's currently assembled has no chemistry. Okay, everybody's just out doing their own thing. That's how they got in the situation they got in. Then Pat showed up in a strike, so it's like, yeah, okay, we got it. We got it. Yeah, we can't really do nothing about this. I can't wait. That Pat showing up with Stripe just made me think, I cannot wait to see Stripe versus Solomon Grundy. And even though I'm definitely rooting for, I want Pat to come out. Well, I put it on the snow. Pat's probably going to prevail. I'm a Solomon Grundy fan just because, like, I don't know, Solomon Grundy born on, but like that, like, come on, bro. I'm just hoping to see some good action between Stripe and Solomon Grundy. But like, Court definitely looking like a superstar. Court looked like the only superhero out there today. Like the only one. Everybody else just had on costumes. That was it. But Court, like yeah, Court's definitely the leader of this. I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. This was another good episode, and I wasn't expecting this review to run long, but I had to talk about everything, and I really enjoyed the episode, you guys. So give me a break. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this vid. Comment down below your thoughts. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. I'll catch up with you guys later. Stay safe.